Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, we're going to watch something here. It's called The Attic. One on the left there. Let's watch. Our movie starts with a woman named Louise, played by Carrie Snodgrass. She's watching some old 16mm or 8mm film, home movies. And she's crying. She's clearly pining over a lost love in this film, and looks like she's tried to commit suicide. She doesn't succeed, though. Louise works at the library. That's her friend Emily. They're basically retiring her from the library, so she's going to be out of a job soon.
I'm sorry.
She lives with her wheelchair-bound father, Ray Milland.
I think you do it just to annoy me.
The ever-grumpy Ray Milland. I think he's grumpy in every movie I've ever seen him
Why
in.
don't you try it again?
Louise sometimes fantasizes, imagines her father dying. Apparently the guy she's pining over was her fiancé who disappeared 19 years ago.
He disappeared the day we were to be married.
Apparently there was a fire at the library that Louise sounds like she may have started at one point. An accident or who knows, but whatever the case is, that's why they want to get rid of her. Since she has no man to pleasure her anymore, she has to take care of business herself.
Louise, what are you doing?
It's stale.
Her dad got a
No, it's not.
chocolate cake.
As fresh as can be. All right, it's stale.
More fantasy. So she goes to the movies by herself, and she ends up getting picked up by a sailor. And they go to his room, hotel somewhere. When she comes home, Dad's in the bathtub. More fantasy. She loves killing her dad in her dreams.
I demand to know where you've been.
Do you?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes. What were you doing all night?
Getting laid.
So believe it or not, her friend Emily bought her a monkey from the pet store.
Your new home.
Meet Dickie. Dad's not happy.
There's an ape. There's an ape in the house. It might try to maul me.
My friend Emily gave him to me, the girl that I work with.
Dad doesn't trust banks, so he keeps money hidden in the house somewhere. Louise doesn't know where, though. But apparently Dickie found some of it.
Talking to him just like he was a human. Get rid of it.
He's just like a little child.
I don't care. Just get rid of it.
Why?
Because I hate the little bastard, that's why.
More fantasy.
Tell him that he's liable.
Emily's house.
Ah, shit.
What did you say?
You didn't mean it, Mother. It just slipped out.
Emily's mother's really a proper woman.
Mother, please.
You stay out of this. You ought to apologize to all of us.
Louise has a little fun, though.
Mine is slipping a wee bit too tonight, Emily.
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Perkins. I don't know why that... here, please, let...
Please, you must be realistic. He is not coming back.
Her fiancé.
You wouldn't like it if he came back, would you? It might mean that I would leave you.
He's not coming back.
Her co-workers at the library have a going away party for her.
Bottled in Burgundy, France. Ooh, must be green there.
While Louise is away, we find out that Father has a little secret.
Well,
He's allegedly been an invalid for years. But he's not. Dickie's gone now.
that damn monkey.
Do you think he'd be outside?
I have no idea.
We don't know what he did, but he did something.
Were you out in the garden today? Don't you recognize?
She thinks the lawn mowing boy is Robert.
Sorry, I can't say that I do.
It's Louise.
Louise has a few issues.
Hi.
He's gonna spurn her advances, though.
Louise, come in the house.
That's not Robert.
Right to lead their own life
Louise gave a gift to Emily.
with affection.
She sent her a $500 ticket to go to California to meet her, to be with her boyfriend. They argue.
You know, I have never heard you say a kind word to me. I've never even seen you smile.
A smile would be wasted on you.
An accident occurs at the park and he falls out of his chair. And then Louise sees him get up. And she flips out.
You can walk.
Daddy falls down a hill. He ends up cracking his head open and dying. Louise is delirious at this point. She doesn't know what to do. She goes home. She looks around for the money. She finds a key to the attic, which she doesn't go into, has never been into, or at least not been into in a long, long time. She finds this chest, opens it up, and finds something quite disturbing inside. It's Dickie. And then when she falls backwards, she's locked in. But that's not the only dead body she finds. Remember her long-lost fiancé, Robert? Looks like Daddy had a hand in that one, too. Which leaves poor Louise in a complete mess, locked in the attic with her dead monkey and her dead fiancé. And that's our movie. All right, Schlockmeister fans, let's talk about The Attic. This is a movie that I had taped in the very late 80s. I don't think I actually watched it until the 90s, though. It's a movie that I was looking back through the old cable guys. I was writing down everything that I wanted to tape if I ever came back again. And I wrote down The Attic on that list, and I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I had seen a commercial, like a trailer on TV or on one of the movie channels, of some furniture being moved, like through a room. And I thought, oh, that must be The Attic. It was a horror movie of some sort of furniture moving by itself. However, I believe that was actually a scene from The Exorcist, had nothing to do with The Attic. So whatever the case is, I put The Attic down the list, and eventually I found it at a video store, copied it, and had it on the same tape with a movie called Heartbeeps, actually. Then I watched it several years later, and I've actually seen this movie 4 or 5 or 6 times, I think, throughout now, and it's kind of a sad, creepy film. There's something about this film that kind of drags me back every time. It's a good movie, actually. Very well done. It was filmed in Wichita, starring Carrie Snodgrass as Louise and Ray Milland as her asshole father. Incidentally, those two characters, the father and Louise, were in a movie called The Killing Kind, which I reviewed not too long ago as well. Different actors and actresses who played it, but they were the same roles, same characters, and the same writers who wrote that movie wrote this one, and they spun off those two characters from that movie. Carrie Snodgrass is Louise. She's kind of a mousy woman. She's doesn't have much social life at all. She's very sad. She had a fiance who just disappeared 19 years earlier. She's been trying to find him forever since. They were set to get married. He guess he disappeared on their wedding day before they got married. Ultimately, it turns out that her father killed him, stuffed him in a thing in the attic, like this big bureau thing in the attic. Apparently there was a fire at her father's factory at some point, which Louise may or may not have started. I don't know. But the father jumped out of a window and has been an invalid ever since. Of course, we find out it's bullshit. He's not really an invalid. He's just been in a wheelchair, having his daughter take care of him for all these years. And of course, once she finds out that he's faking it, she freaks out and he falls down a hill and kills himself. And then she goes into the house, finds some of Dad's money, goes into the attic, which she's never been in like, or at least not in 20 years. She finds her dead monkey Dickie, and then she finds the corpse of her dead husband or her dead fiance, Robert. And then it kind of ends with her just laying there on the ground. She's crying and sad, and she's an absolute mess, and it's a wreck, and she's actually locked in the attic. I don't know. It's just a very sad movie, creepy overtones in this whole thing, but it's actually very well done. It was filmed in Wichita, like I said earlier. And, it's a pretty decent film. I think it's got its own DVD as well as this one here. I got this on the Midnight Classics things with Crawl Space, which I'll probably watch tomorrow. Very well done. The actress who played Emily, her name is Ruth Fox. She was kind of a cutie, actually. She did very little else, though. Hasn't acted in anything in like 30 years either. So, but anyway, it's called The Attic. It's a pretty good movie. Let me know what you think about it if you've ever seen this thing. It's more of a drama than anything else, not really horror or anything like that. Again, it's kind of a fluke thing that I got it taped. It's even flukier that I've seen it so many times, but it's decent. Check it out. Leave some comments down below. It's called The Attic. Watch it. Bye.